Konnichiwa minasan, welcome, Orakekiri Shiraba, and we're back once again for another installment of Spyro ReIgnited Trilogy, the first game. Now, if you saw just for a brief moment, I accidentally made a bit of a typo, but that's not a big deal. I managed to fix that. So, with this, we are actually about to get started with the game. First, sorry, Ramane here. What? Just because my review zone has a bit of an issue with fizz in reviews doesn't mean that I have one in real life. Anyways, we're going right into the Dreamweavers, and we're getting near the finale of this series, by the way. So, hope you guys are getting ready for this as I am. Hopefully this will actually work, because, let's begin. I gotta make sure that the chat is working, though. Okay, we got this all set and recorded. So hopefully I can see you guys either here or over here. Something really got boggled up for a second. I don't know what it was, but hopefully we'll get this working proper. So anyway, yeah, back to Dreamweavers. This is a unique stage to be sure. You see they got that cannon over there? Enemies will be able to change sides because of gimmicks like that. So, the short of it, you gotta be ready for all sorts of crazy antics like that. I'll have to go back around and collect all the remaining treasure before I forget. Thanks to that magic cannon up there, these guys are gonna be a bit of a problem. And the fodder here shrooms, yeah, I know. So yeah, the big armored foes you can't really hit until they've shrunken down. Which leaves us a problem with those two over there. You can't really get these guys because the cannon there is aimed more at that trio there than he is over there. First, hey dude, good to see you. Now then, make sure we got everything going on here. Trying to collect all the treasure for this home stage alone. And here's the first dragon. They tucked him away kind of strangely, but Latif, tell us what's up, man.
Welcome to the Dreamweavers, young one. While chasing Nasty's minions in this world, you must expect the unexpected and prepare for what is not there.
Trust me, I did. And I'm prepared for what's gonna happen. And I did let everybody know, TV. Don't worry about it. No guarantee that everyone's gonna show. In fact, if anything, some people might show up late, some people will drop out. No guarantee. But I'm also on standby in case the chat does decide to bust on me. That's why I keep looking over here. It's crazy that we're near the end of the first game, by the way. You two better shut up. Ah, I missed one. Got it. Alright. So yeah. I mean, they kind of made this place somewhat normal looking, and this is the closest to just, yeah, there's only 6 homeworlds in this whole game. I say 6 because that's also counting Nasty's. There. But yeah, this is definitely one of the more interesting stages. The original game actually had some more unique coloring for the ground in a lot of spots, but they made it more grassy here. Not sure why. Also, that cannon up there is what's been changing the size of all these different creatures around here. So, get that guy. You probably missed him as he was so hard to see. But now we can use this. And we blast them into midgets. I'll make sure to get more treasure later, and we'll come back to that area. But for now, let's free this dragon.
Hello, Spyro. Nicely done. I'll be done when I've toasted that nasty Nork.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Akomo. Another fun fact that I've learned during the process of this... Ah, shoot, I missed one of those guys. Oh well. Anyway, the process... And from what I've learned, Tom Kenny actually preferred doing this since he doesn't like re-recording his lines. So, since Tom Kenny did all the lines for the second two Spyro games originally, he had to come up... I mean, he didn't like doing them again. We'll get that guy in a second. But first, it's cool to know that he liked doing his own take on Carlos Alazraki's lines. So yeah, I gotta go back this way and get that one minion, and maybe we'll get some more stuff out of the way. This is definitely an interesting area, and still not sure why they changed all the color palettes, but Oof, how'd you get me? Well, I'll get back to there in a little bit. Now, just because we're near the end of the original Spyro game, doesn't mean we're near the very end of the game entirely. There's still 2 more games to complete. Side note, I really don't like how slippery Spyro feels in this game when you lock onto a cannon. In the original game, he somehow managed to keep his footing fine, so I don't know why all of a sudden in this game he's so slippery when it comes to taking on those cannons. That was an issue in Peacekeepers, and it's a bit of an issue here. So now you'll see this Jester, or the Fool, as they're called in-game. It's kind of tricky to get these guys, but you'll see in a second. Why don't we let Mozzie explain?
The fools you see in this world are invincible, but that does not mean they shouldn't be attacked.
Sounds all right to me.
Yeah, because while these fools are definitely invincible, they can't be beaten in any way. They still have some tricks up their sleeves that you can use to your advantage. You turn to clocks, and you get some neat stuff like that. You unlock different platforms. You'll come across a few of the fools in different stages, is here, which you'll see in a little bit. But it's definitely cool how they decide to hold off the invincible foes, but you still have a reason to attack them. Oh, perfect. So for our next stop, I'm thinking we take care of the flight stage, since hopefully by then, and once we get to that portal, we'll have everything else taken care of. What do you think? Should we do the flight stage, or should we just go for the first world of this area, Dark Passage? This is definitely... Oh, man, I forgot how dark it got there. Freaky. Well, I've seen some freakier stuff. And yeah, this is another example of the full situation. Right now, I'm just gonna blast these. And since these guys are timed, they gotta be quick. Oh. Huh. Yeah, you got a good point. I've kind of been all over the place with the flight stages, but let's see if we can get it over with in one shot. Oh shoot, I don't think I got all the treasure now. Seriously? Like 10 gems I'm missing? Where do they go? least one. Down that way? Where did they go? Seriously? Well... Oh, there must have been a chest I missed somewhere. Well, thanks for pointing out that grounded gem a little bit late. Oh, it's in that castle. Well, let's get this out of the way as soon as we can. What? Ah, darn it. I missed those. And I think the chat broke, dude. I mean the chat under me, not the chat right over here. Anyways, flight stage. You gotta get that over with first. Hey Monk, good to see you. We're about to get into the flight stage and get that over with first. The more frustrating stages of the game pretty much ended in Beastmakers. It's gonna be a little easier from this point, but now we got some other things to take care of. Nice. Made it. A fun fact, if you've been watching Tulip the Barbarian, I've been following his YouTube channel. He recently posted his version of a D&D build of Ruby Rose from Ruby. I already did one, but it's interesting to see what route he took. I focused more on the speed and some of her physical traits that she exhibits in the show with her semblance. He focused more on trying to keep a balance and find a way to make her dual weapon thing work. Oops. I gotta focus, I'm sorry. Oh shoot, I missed. This is a tricky thing to handle. So I gotta go make a round trip back there and take care of that. Once I take care of these guys. Did I miss any? Nothing good. Oh, up, 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 up. Somehow I think the camera's actually a tad worse in the fight stages. I don't know why. Ugh. Nuts. Okay, that's fair, Mug. I wasn't necessarily talking about D&D specifically. I mean, yeah, I was kind of talking about it, but I was more talking about how I was following a YouTuber who was doing D&D builds for popular characters. So, if you guys get the chance, especially Pika once he gets here, maybe you check to see how his version of the build stacks up compared to mine, and see if my build is more accurate or his. Oh shoot. Well, that's gonna be a problem. Okay. Here we go. Doing it again. This is another tricky stage to get through, to be sure. But better to get this one out of the way. And it could be worse. We had Treetops level difficulty, and Treetops was by far one of the more difficult of the classic stages to get through. Yeah, darn it. my D&D brew, I'm currently working on one of the raffle winners. So I'm not saying who it is, but it's not gonna be another Ruby character. I'm saving that one for a little while later. Just make sure that I can get more practicing with some of these things. Ooh. But aside from that, I'm definitely looking forward to the next build, because the current one that I am working on, that was kind of a tricky thing in and of itself. I missed a chest somewhere, didn't I? Excuse me. Yeah, I did. So let's see. Okay, so I was able to do that loop by hitting the L1 button, in case you guys are wondering. Ooh, did waste some time though. Got it. These copter guys. There. So that gives me more time on the clock. Where am I missing? There's one. Oh, seriously? That last one? That last? So close, guys. So close. But yeah, for those of you who, and just as a reminder for future stream episodes, I'm gonna try and limit myself to maybe an hour tops so I don't go overboard and I have time to help my folks. Because taking care of a brother who's both autistic and diabetic is a bit tricky in and of itself. Whew. So there's that one. Trust me, you have no idea, Luck. It's just, honestly, I've played the original flight stages, and somehow they made these ones even more of a pain in the tuchus than... Come on, come on. So yeah, somehow the reignited versions, missed it. Reignited flight stages are even worse than the originals. Oh, I missed it. Forget it. And no, it doesn't count if you just get them all and you die. You have to get them all in one run in order to get every single gem. I didn't even intend to do that. We're only 20 minutes in and we're stuck on the flight stage. One again. Son of a dingo. Oh, I had that one, I had that one. Go, kitty. You guys stop the flame. sorry that took so long, guys. No retries now, thank you. Gee. Okay, next up, Dark Passage. We're not gonna mess around. So now that we're in the last major homeworld, it's gonna be a bit tricky. You gotta find all the different paths in order to get every single last gem. So from here, it's gonna be a little trickier than usual. I'm just gonna jump right over here. Dark Passage, here we come. Oh, free land. Thanks very much. Curiously, Monk, I don't know if you participated in the D&D brew raffle, but if you wanted to and tried to get a chance to win, what character would you have liked me to do a brew for you? I am curious. You may get a chance to do it on the next one for next month. Oh, so Dark Passage. Definitely a change in pace and style. Feels darker, you got night sky. And the mechanic for the stage, remember the fools? Well, now they have a bunch of lamps, and they got some pets. When the lights go on, they turn into cute little animals. But when they blow them out, monsters. So, good idea is to flame the fools and take them out before they get a chance to get the little guys, especially the turtles, to giant size. You don't want those giant turtles. They're gonna wreck up your day. And yes, these are... I didn't know what breed they were in the original game, but now they made them look like derpy pit bulls. So if you can't avoid hitting the fools, or if you have to avoid hitting the fools, a good idea is to at least blast them and ram into the turtles before they change in size. And as if you couldn't figure it out, Cassia will give it to you. Spyro will figure it out.
The enemies here can be quite frightening, but you should watch the fools.
I'd rather flame the fools.
Now you're thinking.
I don't even know what he had in that bottle. That was like some sleeping potion or something? Don't get any ideas. And yes, we have demon cupids here. Oh, of course. You gotta get imaginative in these later stages. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, well. That's definitely something to try. I've never actually did a Common Rider build before. It's definitely something to consider for sure. Oof. But yeah, thank you, Moda. I don't know who you are, but thanks for dropping into the stream. New faces, new voices, always welcome. Well, I saw that. It's too late to retract that, but thank you anyways. Alright, so from here, I'm just following the path, but there's a whole other area, and it's gonna be tricky to get to. This is Azizi.
Thank you for releasing me.
Well, design's good, but he's another thank you for releasing me track. Great. And suddenly I'm the only guy here. But yeah, always a good idea to flame these guys. I'm still keeping my... I'm still talking as best I can, even though I suddenly feel solo. Got those big guys. Again, you don't want to deal with those little turtles when they're giant. Because, yeah, that big guy. Oh. Sorry, I guess I forgot about that. Okay, well, I know Tulok already made builds for Jonathan, Jotaro, and Dio for sure. So Part 2 Joseph would have definitely been an interesting thing. Here's Bakari.
You know, I think you just might be the dragon to defeat Nasty Nook. That's me, all right.
Yep. Well, now comes the tricky part. We have a lot more gems in the area, so to find them, we gotta find our way down. And we got a tricky glide. Whew. So we have a quick whirlwind here if we need to go up. I don't think we need it, but let's take a quick look. And it brings us right back to an area we were at before, so I don't think we needed it. Woo! Watch out for the flaming cupids. You gotta admit, in this stage, a lot of the guys involved and all the enemies, they're a lot more imaginative this time around. I don't know how they got more imaginative at this point in the game when you would think it would be like near the final stage, but props for creativity, I guess. And yes, there's a lot of tricky glides here. And this is a pain in the butt. That's why you gotta get him out of the way. Fortunately, if I remember right, now he doesn't seem to want to change the light. So, thank you. But I'll roast you to be safe. What? Oh. That was, weird, but thanks again for letting me know, TD. Seriously, that was a weird thing that you mentioned. It's alright. As long as we know that we're all accounted for right now. Alright, so more shrooms to roast. And yes, it is shrooms that are our fodder this time for some reason. I don't think there's any more in this area. But yeah, Kamen Rider 4Z I'll definitely consider. One of these days. As soon as I figure out how to do a Kamen Rider build in general. Oh, good to see you, Laura.
Thanks, Spyro. I'd love to help you catch Nasty, but I'd really hate to be trapped in Crystal again.
Don't worry. The only one that's gonna be trapped is him.
Well, he trapped himself in his own world anyway, so why not? Okay, well, again, thanks for the heads up and explaining on that part. Now this was weird here. They had this little open area in the original game, which was like, poison water or whatever, but it's completely dry now. Strange. Oh well. Ooh. I thought I almost fell for a second. Well, that takes care of those guys. Now then. There's a lot more in this area, trust me. Obasi.
Thank you for releasing me.
Design good again, but again, so many of these dragons are thank you for releasing me. Trust me, you're going to get a lot of those. If you... I don't know how tired you will be by the end of this playthrough, but that will get ingrained into your brain by the time we are finished with the original Spyro. miss any here? So I guess we gotta go up and up. And if we miss any, I'm sure we'll find it. Yes! Perfect time. So, we got all that. Seriously, we're missing one? Where am I missing one? Well, let's glide back and find out where it was. Oh, seriously? I missed it in this area? That's the problem with some of these dark stages. You can't tell if you're getting close to finishing it or not. Also, despite the fact that we do have a fast travel with the guidebook... One second, guys. Yeah? I don't know. Were you trying to call someone there? They are in the Mountain Standard Time Zone. So that means in 1 hour. You have to call them at 3. So they're an hour ahead of us. Alright. Is that what you wanted to ask? Yeah. Alright. Well. Sorry guys. Random question from my mom, but yeah. You saw the guidebook quickly there, and we have to get back the homeworld. But I'm just gonna go back the proper way, if you were doing it like normal. Whew, that speed up was faster than usual, like phew. So anyway, yeah. Anything else you guys want to bring up before I forget? Because I got a feeling I might. Let's see. 9,100 gems so far. That's good. I'm just gonna get all this fodder and deal with some of these guys before I miss the chance. The more lives, the better. Thank you. Next up, Lofty Castle. This was another tricky stage, but I really did enjoy this one as a kid, just for the designs alone. If you paid attention to the start of the game up, you would know that there's at least 12,000 gems before you get to the bonus area, which is Nasty's Loot. Spoiler on that one. But there's 1,400 gems total in the entire game. As for the Final Fantasy VII Remake, I don't know yet. Too soon for me to say. I haven't even tried the original Final Fantasy VII Heaven game proper, or the Final Fantasy 15 game. If I get the chance to try them out, I will. But for now, I'm just going to stick with what I know best. So quick hover up here. Oh, and you remember these guys from the first game, and from Dark Hollow. Now they got these balloons, which... Now these birds, they were kind of anonymous to me in the first time I played the original. But apparently these are called puffer birds. Did I miss a gem somewhere? Oh, darn it. That's a weird place for that gem to land. Good thing I caught that this time. Anyways, yeah. this is an example where the ground has changed, mostly due to graphical changes and upgrades. Originally, this is like a teal color in the original game. Now we got this, straight. Now we got grass in this area. So for those of you who may be confused and more familiar with Skylanders, this may be the closest thing with what could be Skylands in the original Spyro Trilogy. But since I don't play Skylanders, I'm just gonna ignore that right now. Those are orcs. I mean, not orcs, but Norks, as in creatures that are somehow part gnome and part orc. That'd be an interesting fantasy race to think about. And I'm sure you'll find some Final Fantasy game to play, Monk. Moo Dada.
Fairies are always on your side, Spyro.
Which is interesting, since in Pokemon, they are basically your arch enemy for dragons. But it's good to know that in this game, fairies are a dragon's ally. So this is a really tricky area to figure out, because you got all this stuff going on at once. And another locked chest. We're going to try and save fodder when I need it this time. That's a rarity, seeing that kind of chest with a one red gem in it. Feels kind of pointless, but... Whew, that was close. Okay, so 122 gems. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, girl. Now let's see where to go next. I don't know why the music is much more quiet here than it is in other places. Oh well. So now we got more dragons. I think this is another thank you for releasing me, dragon. For Rudy.
Thank you for releasing me.
Ah, boy. Yeah, another one of those. Well, we won't have to worry about them much longer. We only have one more world left, and not every one of them is going to say, not everyone of them is going to say, thank you for releasing me. You know what I mean. I ended up with a weird lisp there for a second. But yeah. Those Norks do fall like Wile E. Coyote. I do see where you're coming from with that, TV. Still, pretty funny. And next we got another area over this way. I want to get that over with first. Also, keep your eye out for these puffer birds. They can be a big pain in the tuchus if you ain't careful. Those squawks would have gotten in your head for a while. And there's some more interesting areas around this way. But I want to check over here really quick. And this is another area where you're going to have a bit of a supercharged thing going on. I'm going to explore down here first because I don't want to miss out on any of the treasure as I'm trying to glide down. But, as you can tell, there's some Norks right above my head. What? I missed a green one? Oh, shoot. Like, which one? I mean, I guess I gotta go back. Oh gosh, I did. Well, thanks for letting me know about that one, Muck. I mean, TV. Sorry. I don't know where my head's at today. So, out of all the stages that we've explored so far, guys, which one do you think has been your #1 favorite? curious from what you've seen. I'm just trying to get something going on in the chat is all. Ooh boy, this is gonna be tricky. So this works. Should have gotten them all in one run. Yes! Good. And we got one more dragon here. Who said he?
Ah, Spyro, thanks. Supercharge will get you to new places here in Lofty Castle, too. See where it takes you.
I really like that guy. Yeah, make the joke with the number of dragons we got, whatever. But, yeah, again, what dragon... I mean, what, not dragon. What stage was your favorite that we've seen so far? Oh, seriously? That was a random drop. We're gonna have only one crazy jump to my knowledge, but it's definitely gonna be helpful for us. Trust me. Not the way I was expecting to go. Oh, and I did the complete wrong portal for gliding, or whirlwind. Let's try this again. Oh, I missed the key. How could I have forgotten that one? Ouch. Nope. I think I did it wrong again. Nope. Get down, get down, get down. Well, I guess for you, TV, since you've for sure played this before, what is your least favorite stage out of all the Spyro stages that we've seen in the original game? Well, now I gotta get back up there somehow. But at least we got the key. You guys know that my least favorite of the original Spyro stages is easily treetops. Oh, for the flight stages? Oh boy. Yeah, Wild Flight, I would have to say, from the original game alone, flight stages only, Wild Flight is the worst. But definitely my least favorite, just due to the struggle I had with treetops. And unfortunately for me, we got another tricky one coming up soon because it has another equally difficult supercharge to go through. Now, I'm not saying Lofty Castle is any walk in the park by any stretch of the imagination, because as you can see, it takes me a little bit to get through that supercharge. Which is a shame, because I really like the method of supercharge here. Just gotta glide. Whew, good. I got him that time. And yeah, I think there's like 400, 500 gems in this stage. Yeah, this is definitely an attempt at a 100% and 120% run from this game. And there's the start over there. Or we're near the start anyways. I think most of the gems are back over this way now. Getting close to the end. tricky. We'll be with you in a minute. Bye-bye. Alright, let's see here. So, there should be 15 gems left. Oh, hello. Good to see you face. Hope you're enjoying this. Although we're near the end of Dream Weavers anyway. There's only 2 stages after this. We've got... I forgot what the next stage is called, but it's one of my least favorite stages to play through. But we also have Jacques, which is kind of a weird boss. It's got an interesting setup to get to the boss, to be fair. But the boss himself is a joke, as most Spyro 1 bosses tend to be. Yep. Now then, let's get to that next stage. Now, just to make sure we got 100% on everything. Okay, yeah, Jacques is right there. That's gonna be last. We're saving the bosses for the end, as per usual. You. Now then. Oh, Dark Towers. That's the last one that we gotta do right now. I'm just gonna clear you just because. We got the big guy armored down there. And just for the heck of it, why not? Let's go and shrink these bigger enemies. Isn't it weird that these guys have painted nails? I never noticed that in this game before. Okay, Haunted Towers. There we go. Haunted Towers. I was getting that confused with Dark Passage for a second. But Haunted Towers, it's got one of the more difficult supercharged jumps to get through in this game, apart from treetops. In fact, if I remember right, I had more trouble with this than I did with the actual treetop stage. At least my first time playing through ReIgnited. But this is technically where they introduce the super flame power proper. I mean, they technically had it in the high caves back in Magic Crafters, but they only actively bring it up here. And unfortunately, those mages, we got these knights in armor. They can only be beaten with the supercharge or the super flame because they're that powerful. Can't get past that guy. And the only way to get the super flame in this game is by saving these fairies in the purple dresses. Make what jokes you will, it definitely needs a bit of a helping hand when we got all this stuff going. And yeah, that does help clear up a lot of the stuff. Now, I'm not going to go back there just yet, because we got more enemies to beat. Thank you. Well, I'm not the one who's making any Haunted Mansion jokes. If there's anybody who's going to be doing those jokes, it's you guys in the comments. Because, honestly, I've only ridden the Haunted Mansion, like, once. And that was, like, when I was in Florida for a quick Disney World trip. I don't remember it that well. So yeah, you really need to be fast when you have that Super Flame power-up in this stage, because it runs out ridiculously fast for some reason. You know, let me see if I can actually get that chest before my flame runs out. Ouch! Well, there's more of those guys in the... And there's another fairy later, so... Hey, Kozolko.
Hey, Spyro. All dragons know there's magic in a fairy's kiss. See what it can do to your power of flame.
Well, we definitely figured that out fast. And there's a lot more enemies here to be certain. Oh, right. And from bed knobs and broomsticks. For those of you who can't tell, because you might not be seeing it here, he's singing Traguna McQuaid D, which, yeah, like I said, bed knobs and broomsticks. Old Disney movie, similar to Mary Poppins Innocence. You'll have to look it up yourself. It should be available. I want to say it's available on Disney Plus now, but I don't know because I haven't had the time to check. But it may be less likely because, well, it's a World War II propaganda movie since it's got witches defeating Nazis and whatnot. Anyways, it's this area. We got more supercharging. These tight turns, it is going to be a pain in the butt to finish. Well, there's a fairy here, thankfully, for this part, but you still will need the supercharge in order to keep going and finish the stage. Pretty cool when you have the Super Flame power up and you can just blast everything in one breath. Oh, you have no idea how much trouble I had as a kid doing this one. Trust me. Utalo. Cool name, cool design.
Hold your horns. Here comes Spyro.
Patience, little one. You'll soon have the opportunity to battle the one who matters most. Nasty Nork.
Huh. Hey, have you got a genie in that lamp? I had to, guys. I had to. It was handed to me on a silver platter that time. So, anyway. There's one way that you can get to that area. Because that supercharge is easily one of the more difficult ones. I'm just gonna go for the Super Flame to get that chest before I forget. Because frankly, that is one supercharge I do not want to try to do. And there's more Super Flame Fairies around here too, so don't be afraid. Got plenty of opportunities for that. Whew. It is so satisfying to get all those gems. And an extra life. Boom. Now, saving that one area for last, I gotta make this long supercharge. Okay. Here goes. Years of practice. Hope the Let's Play curse doesn't get me again. Did I get it? Did I actually make it? First try and I made it to this area. Yes! It's actually helping me here. So, Capano, what do you have to say about that jump?
You've become a master of the supercharge. Great work.
Thanks. I definitely feel satisfied knowing that I made that jump well. Now then, what's tricky is this room. If you don't time it quick enough, you're gonna run into... Oh boy, yeah, these knights. So, best to go out of the room real quick. Let them fall. And once they're down... Oof. Oh, yeah. It's going to be tough getting up there. So we gotta get out again. Well, that's cool. But did you notice that I made that supercharged jump in one run? Oh shoot! Missed it again. This is even more problematic than the whole supercharge. Honestly, I was surprised that I actually made it that time. For those unaware, Let's Play curses tend to be a thing when something happens. You do good in practice, but once you get into the game itself, that took like 3 tries actually. Notice. And hey, this fairy is even more special than the others. You know why? Once she kisses you, there's no limit on your super flame. You can go on against those knights. Boom! Thank goodness, I was getting tired of the time limit on that thing. And there's a lot more gems here too. So, feel free to go nuts! Well, it doesn't mean you can take the super flame out of the area. It just means that you actually don't have a limit right now. Ouch! Am I missing any gems? I feel like I forgot some somewhere. Ah, bugger! I missed some somewhere. Inside? Ah, great. I see where the flies it is. All that. It's up above again? Where? Oh, I must have missed it with one of the jumps. Try this again. Nope. No. So it has to be somewhere above us somewhere. Heads up, keep the head him up. Head hold on, head on. Dang it, Frank! Yeah, I remember that one. Oh, shoot. Well, this is gonna take a little longer than I thought. We're already a little over an hour, but I said we finish this homeworld first. By golly, I'm gonna do what I can. Seriously? What's weird is that I got all the dragons, and like, it's the gems that are missing. Yeah, I made that supercharged jump once, and I got it on the first try. Now that I got this supercharge and super flame at the same time, they're like, no, you don't deserve to get lucky twice. So it has to be up here somewhere. Let's see if I can find those missing gems. Oh, this thing! I completely forgot about it. Okay, I'm not gonna head to the return home portal for once. We're gonna head to the guidebook and head back to Dreamweavers. Because I don't want to waste any more of your time. You've already seen me play quite a bit of this game as it is. Complete with a little bit that was missing. Or where I was out for a sec. But hopefully, you guys are still enjoying it. I should have said this at the beginning, but if you are new to the channel, be sure to like this video and subscribe if you're new. I do content like this, not on the regular, but I do hope to do more frequently. So now, we just got one more area to complete. After this, I think I'm going to have to do something with my sourdough starter in a little bit. Oh, shoot. Really? I missed that jump. I missed that. Well, here we go again. So next up, you're going to be facing Shock. I can already imagine some Jeff Dunham style jokes with this guy. Je m'appelle Shock. And his last name? Meld. What are they laughing at? I do not understand. Why is it so funny? My name is Jochmeld. You probably can figure out that joke. I'm not going to elaborate further. But yeah, 10,000 gems. Crazy that we're at that amount. We're getting close to the finale, folks. Whew. So, got a bit of a nightmare central here, and for some reason we have some monsters in dresses. I never understood that. Never understood why that was funny. Well, we got two ways to go here. I'm gonna clear one way as best I can. I'll get the fools in a little while, but first... let's clear this one route. I missed that gem. Great. Now this area is going to be trickier because we've got another route to take. I would go one way, but I feel like I'd be kind of cheating in a sense. Because that only gives us so much. Well, actually, let's see what we can do. Whoa. Whew, that was close. So there's two routes that you could have gone for some of this. Yeah. And no, I'm not going to say the actual words of what that means in English when I said that Jeff Dunham joke, because that's not how I roll with my own lingo. If you know my review stuff, you know I avoid using cursing terminology when I am able to. Now this part was easy. The only thing is, well, there's a reason why we had the two fools in the starting area. You need to get one fool in order to knock down this pillar here. So that's why we need to go back and time it just right. We'll come back for that chest, trust me. And this is the only boss area that has two dragons. Kind of making up for the fact that one dragon, well, we can't have a dragon in Nasty's area. So here's Unica.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Take care.
No, thank you for releasing me, dragon, but he says a little bit more. Honestly, I'm kind of curious as to, we'll get to that later. I am kind of curious as to who thought of all those names for the dragons. Ooh, missed one. Well, gotta get all this down here. Seriously, I am curious who ended up coming up with all the names for Spyro enemies. By the time we get to the credits for the next part, I will warn you that that's going to take up most of the ending because, unless I can somehow skip it. Well, yeah, the credits, they keep them unified for the entire trilogy instead of doing it for just one game at a time. I really wish they would have gone with the latter instead of the former. I really wish they would have gone with one that felt like we could have used for each game uniquely instead of trying to do it uniformly. It makes sense, but I still feel giving each game their own unique identity with their own unique credit sequence would have made it a lot better. But that's just a nitpick. Ooh, Tricksville. Seriously? How did I miss that one? How did I miss that jump? Yeah, it actually does. A lot of these boss stages are usually on the shorter side of things. Again with that. Why? That is a bit of a bad vibe on my part. That didn't do anything. Is it embarrassing that I'm losing more lives here at this odd jump than I am anywhere else in the entire game? Okay, there we go. Whew. most of the gems so far. If there's any I missed, we will have to go back to the start of the game. I mean, start of the area here, and figure out where I went wrong, what I went missing. I at least know there's a chest with a key here. Whew, good. There's all that. Now we got the build-up to the actual boss itself. Which, again, feels a little silly, as these guys are just like regular enemies with 1 HP. And I'll admit, Jacques looks more terrifying here than he did in the original. Looked like he got the mask from, you know, the mask.
Any advice before this battle?
Advice? A
Caravello?
wise dragon once told me aim high in life, but watch out for flying boxes.
Huh?
Okay, that was just hilarious. Huh? Yeah, seriously, this guy is just scared out of his wits whenever you get close to him. You can only hit him when he lands on these boxes. Again, this guy's a wimp. I would say more in the comics, because he does look more terrifying. And... so close. Oh yeah. Okay. 500 gems. That took a while, folks, but we managed to get it all. Well, 3, technically. 3 hits. But that's how these Spyro 1 bosses tend to go. Spyro 1 bosses are pathetic. If you think Jacques is bad, you ain't seen nothing yet. Nasty Nork. Well, you'll have to see. Let me get Sparks 1 bit of HP at least. And yeah, for some reason these guys have butterfly wings. I want to make sure I get full health before I get back to the actual stage. I mean, before we finish this off. But as of now, we have completed all of Dreamweaver's 100%. And again, this is not counting all of the skill points that could be obtained if you want to do that. So, there's only 1 round to go left.
Well done, Spyro. I hope you know what lies in store for you.
Oh, trust me, Amos, we do.
Nasty's world is not the friendliest place you'll ever find. Are you ready to go?
Oh. Does that answer your question? So yeah, this is it. We're heading into the final homeworld. And you can't complete Nasty's homeworld right off the bat because a lot of the portals are closed off and that's where a lot of the treasure lies. So you're gonna have to wait, complete each world. And we'll talk more about that next time when we finish Nasty's world. But that's pretty much it for today. We managed to complete 5 homeworlds, get 10,500 gems, and we're getting close to the finale for the original Spyro game. Stay tuned because we will be covering Ripto's Rage once we finish this next stage, and this next homeworld next time. So technically there's 2 dragons here, but I'll explain more later. Thank you all again for joining in for another playthrough of Spyro ReIgnited Trilogy for the original Spyro game. With this, I will have to say goodbye for now. We've gone over for almost an hour, 20 minutes at this point, but I hope you guys enjoy. If you're new, hit that like button, it really helps with whatever algorithms are going on, and make sure to subscribe if you're new. For those of you who are still following me, please, keep following me, keep following what I do. If you really like this stuff, I really would like to know, because it will encourage me to keep making more of these videos and play games that I really like. So until then, Orma KKD Shiraba, and make sure you stay tuned for some more Spyro ReIgnited Trilogy. Keep it real, Crossover Kingdom. Johnny!